Now it's already, see how this has all been picked?
Yeah.
It's all soft, like, see, this is your lamb mesh down here. See, it's all that soft stuff? And
Yeah.
here's your chicken scratch.
Alright.
What you do here is, like this in here, I've been taking this, scooping out that, so fresh comes in here, out of the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And I do that all the way around.
Alright.
And it gives them fresher food.
Because they kind of nibble it and crush it as they're doing it?
Yep, and it gets all powdery, and then they don't really want no more. Okay. So then after I do that,
See that?
then I'll take this here, and take that chicken scratch, and go all the way around. Like that right there.
Okay.
See how that go all the way around?
Yep.
And then I'll take this fresh here, or this the mesh that's been eat on. I'll mix it up with a little bit of chicken scratch. That's probably too much, you know. But then I'll put it back in the top, and I go around and do the other ones. Just blend it in a little bit, and that right there gets the chickens eating more. And when they're eating more, they're laying more. Well, like we got 10 eggs this morning, so. So that's how you get the chickens to eat more, and then you get them to lay more eggs.
Okay.
You gotta feed them well.
You got to get them to eat more.
Right.
I mean, that thing ain't never been empty. But see, I showed him like after they pecked on it for a while, it gets all that's left is that powdery stuff, and they won't peck on it too much.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I'll take it and scoop it out. Each bin, go all the way around. I'll show you the way I showed him. Scoop it all out. Then after I scoop it all out, the fresh coming down in there, then I'll take a little bit of that chicken scratch and spread it around like that right there.
Uh-huh.
Like you see how I put that chicken scratch on top? And then I'll take some chicken scratch and mix it in with what I scooped out, and I'll put it in top. And that, like when we walked over here, you seen that chicken pecking in top?
Mm-hmm.
They like that fresh for some reason. They like it freshened up all the time.
We all
That way
like
they-
the fresh.
That way they eat more and they'll lay more eggs that way.
Right.
All right?
Okay.
The water fins don't have to actually be changed every day. Once or twice a week, the water thing's being changed over. No, depending on how dirty they are.
All right.
That's all you got to do there. And you don't rake this floor all the way up every day either, because you're basically going to dig a hole to China like this here. There's a hole up underneath there. So what you do is you take your shovel. Take your shovel, get you some shit kickers. That's why they call these shit kickers. Take your shovel, just kick your shit up. You do that, and that keeps you from wasting chicken scratch, and it also saves you from having a trash can that weighs 100 pounds.
Okay.
Then you just put that in the trash can. Then when you get all that done, you'll go back and you'll spread out a little bit more chicken scratch, and that's how they get that picked up.
Gotcha.
Now on the calf, you already know how to feed her. Chris knows how to feed her. She might want to teach somebody else. Part of the girl.
It's 2 bottles of milk, 1 bottle of
And
water.
I can
Well,
teach
you
you
give
whoever.
her-
I just
yeah.
need the times.
I've got her at 5 and 11, 11:30. 5 and 20.
What you call it? Shit kick?
Yeah.
Shit kickers?
Shit kickers, your boots, yeah.
Gotcha.
All
Alright. Baby cow.
Baby
What
cow,
time you at right now? 4 a.m.?
5 a.m. and 5 p.m.
5 a.m. is
I
milk.
adjusted it. Yep. It's milk, and she'll probably want
5 p.m. is milk.
5 a.m. and 5 p.m. is milk.
And when's the water? At 11?
The water's between 11 and 11:30. The reason the water's in midday is so she don't dry out.
Because of the
11
heat.
to 11:30.
But see, when
We've
it was
been
at
doing a
4
little
a.m.
water.
to 4 p.m., that was putting the midday too close to supper time.
Okay.
And she wasn't eating as much supper as she needed to eat.
Okay.
And would you recommend adding a little bit of milk with the
Add
water
a
like
little
we
bit of
have?
milk like I did today. I mean, just a little bit in the bottom, and it just kind of tints that water like a white a little bit. And that makes her drink the water a little better because she don't really want
The water plain.
yeah.
She's
same as
already
us.
picky.
Yeah, already picky. She's full. When you put the cows in the stall here
Yeah.
in the morning time, well, what you do is when you first come over here in the morning time, you take the cows out to pasture. You won't feed them by that in pasture, because if you do, it'll be hard to get honey in that stall. So what you do is you don't feed them out in pasture, but you'll take Betsy and put her in the stall.
And bring the grain.
And
alfalfa.
you put the grain and alfalfa in there before you get Betsy out of the field.
So she can go right to
so
it.
she'll go right to it, but watch honey, so she don't want to come out.
Right.
Well,
Are you morning crew?
Afternoon. Evening.
but she just wants to kind of basic run now. And then
So
when
say
you
it
get
again. Grain and
grain,
alfalfa.
Yep, you put 3 scoops of grain in there. You put alfalfa in the top
It's for Betsy.
for Betsy. It'll be for both of them actually, but
3 scoops
for
of
each
grain?
one. 3
Yeah.
scoops of grain and 2 flakes of alfalfa in the top. And then when you're done with that, you'll bring Betsy out of there and not put her back out in the field, because that'll make it hard to get honey to come in out of the field.
Put
You'll
Betsy
be
in
taking-
here
Back
when it's
here.
done?
Put Betsy in here, so honey will be waiting on her turn. So then you'll take a scoop of grain and put it in that little bucket and show it to Betsy, so she'll come up when
To
she
honey.
comes. The honey. When she
Uh-huh.
comes up, you'll grab a hold of honey.
Mhm.
And once you grab a hold of honey,
Same
Yeah.
diet.
Yeah.
yep, same way. Before you even start working on honey, you make sure you still got hay in there, and you probably will, because Betsy don't usually eat it. Neither does honey.
They just
So
want the grain.
the
Yeah, they don't
alfalfa.
finish it.
Just
Yeah.
put the grain in there, 3
Alright.
scoops of grain in there. And then if you need a little bit more alfalfa, put you another flake of alfalfa in there. And
And then when she's done, do they both go back out to the field?
once she's done, what you do before you go back up. But anyway, you'll use this bucket. You'll put 2 scoops of grain in there, and you'll put 1 scoop of grain in here, and you'll use that scoop of grain to lead her into this stall. And she ain't gonna be easy, but she's been getting easier. And you'll lead that rope through here, and then this bucket will come through here, and you'll get her to go for this bucket. And when she comes into this bucket, you may have to tease her a little bit, like,
Yeah.
kind of like catching a fish.
Gotcha.
And once you got that bucket in there, she'll bring that head in there and lock it as soon as she comes through. And you'll have to watch it. You may even have to pull on her lead a little bit to go in there. So once you get her into the stall, you get her milk. Before you bring her out of that stall, you'll bring Betsy out of here, and you'll put her in the field.
Mhm.
And that'll get honey easy to get her to come back out. Because if you don't do that, it's kind of like Betsy's kind of like your bait. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
wants
She
to follow-
follows Betsy.
Yeah, she follows Betsy. That's pretty much the gist of it.
Okay.
I mean, you got that whooped.
Okay.
Thank you, Red.
Yeah, man. Well, now the only other responsibility I got left is the people's coming tomorrow.
Who's coming tomorrow? Oh,
Yeah.
for our
So I
experience.
may be here, I may not. I ain't decided yet, but I'm gonna make sure the animals.
Mhm.
Boy, I tell you what.
What's up, baby?
So do you
Just because we was feeding her that water too close to supper time. That's why I just see noon is like only 4 hours away from supper time.
She's really hungry right now.
Yep. Well, it's what time is it? Probably about what?
Maybe 2.
2. So she's only got 3 hours before supper time. That'll get her eating a full bottle and then a little bit more. See,
I'll have
we're
to get
wanting to
her around
build up
4
how much
o'clock.
she eats every day, and I've got enough in there already for her a bottle and 3/4 of a bottle. So, but I've been trying to tell everybody for days, you know, they keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over. You can't do it's like a social